Good morning, students. My name is Manas Kumar Tare. I am your new physics teacher. So let's get started with the new chapter, chapter number 3, energy. Now, what is energy? Energy is the capacity of a body to do work. For example, you can walk, you can run, you can jump because you have energy. You can do lots of work due to energy you have. Now, what are the units of energy? Units of energy is same as the units of work. So, SI unit of energy is joule. The symbol of joule is capital J. Now, what is 1 joule? 1 joule is defined as the amount of work done when force of 1 Newton causes a displacement of 1 meter in a body in the direction of force. Let us understand with an example. This is a brick. Okay. Now here you have applied 1 Newton of force. You have applied 1 Newton of force to this brick. Now what will happen? This brick moves by a displacement of 1 meter. This brick moves from this place to that place by a displacement of 1 meter. Now what is displacement? Displacement means the shortest distance between the two places. That is called displacement. So when 1 Newton of force applied to this brick moves by a displacement of 1 meter. So here you can say 1 joule of work is done. Now if you notice, here we applied the force in the direction of east, and the brick is also moves in the direction of east. So the direction of force is always same. To the direction of moving body. So 1 joule is defined as the amount of work done when force of 1 Newton causes a displacement of 1 meter in a body in the direction of force. The moving body, the direction of moving body is always same to the direction of force. Clear? 1 kg, as you know, 1 kg equal to 1000 gram. Like that, 1 kilojoule equal to 1000 joule. Why? Because 1 kilo means 1000. Now moving to another units of energy, that is calorie. Now what is calorie? Calorie is the units of energy which is used to measure the energy of heat. Now how can we define 1 calorie? 1 calorie is defined as the amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. For example, this is a container, okay? Now in this container you have 1 gram of water. You have 1 gram of water in this container. Now if you applied 1 calorie, if you applied 1 calorie of heat to this container, now the temperature of the water raised by 1 degree Celsius. Okay, so if you want to raise the 1 gram of, if you want to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water to the 1 degree Celsius, then you need 1 calorie of heat energy. Clear? Now 1 calorie equal to 1 kilocalorie. If you write 1 calorie with capital C, it means the value of 1 calorie equal to 1 kilocalorie. Both are same and both are correct. Okay, you can write 1 calorie with capital C. You can also write 1 kilocalorie or KCL, that is kilocalorie. Now 1 kilocalorie equal to 1000 calories. Okay, now there is a relation between calorie and joule. 1 calorie equal to 4.186 joule, that is nearly 4.2 joule, and 1 kilocalorie equal to 4.186, because if you multiply 1000 here and you also multiply 1000 in the right hand side, then 1 calorie become 1000 calorie, and you already know 1000 calorie is what, 1 kilocalorie. So I've written 1 kilocalorie here, and if you multiply 4.186 by 1000, then we get 4186 joules. Clear? Now forms of energy. Now energy can be formed of various types, that is in the forms of light energy, heat energy, sound energy, electrical energy, chemical energy, magnetic energy, nuclear energy, and last one is mechanical energy. In this lesson we only discuss about mechanical energy. In another lesson we will discuss about other forms of energy. Now mechanical energy is of two types. Number one, kinetic energy, and number two is potential energy. Now again, potential energy is of two types. Number one is elastic potential energy, and number two is gravitational energy. Now what is mechanical energy? The energy possessed by a body due to the work done on it is known as mechanical energy. For example, here you look at the picture. This man lifted a stone. From the ground, and his body supplies some force to the stone, which raised the height of stone from the ground. In this work done, his body spends up energy. To this stone, and this energy stored in the stone, or you can say this energy which is gained by the stone, that is called mechanical energy. Or you can now what are the another definition of mechanical energy? The energy gained by a body due to its motion or due to its position is known as mechanical energy. Now mechanical energy is of two types. Number one, kinetic energy, and number two is potential energy. Let us understand what is kinetic energy. Kinetic energy of a body is the energy possessed by it due to its states of motion or movement. Now what does it mean? Suppose you are running, you are walking, or you are riding a bicycle. In all these things, all the body are moving. Okay, all moving things have kinetic energy. If a body is moving, then we can say kinetic energy is present in the body. For example, a child riding a bicycle, running, walking, moving, etc. are the kinetic energy. All moving things. If a body is moving, it means it has kinetic energy. Now there is a mathematical formula of kinetic energy. Now what is that? Half mv square. Here m is what? Mass of the velocity, and v is velocity. Kinetic energy of a body is equal to half into mv square. Now moving to potential energy. Potential energy of a body is the energy possessed by it by virtue of its position. Now potential energy is of two types. Number one, gravitational potential energy, and number two is elastic potential energy. First you will understand gravitational energy and elastic potential energy, then you can understand this definition, the definition of potential energy. So what is gravitational potential energy? An object is said to have gravitational potential energy due to its rest position or height. For example, this is a brick which is present in the ground. Okay, and when you lift the brick to some height, when you lift the brick to some height, the brick gain gravitational potential energy. You already know, if you release the bricks fall down to the ground. Why? Because when you lift the brick, it gains some gravitational potential energy. Due to gravitational potential energy, when you release the brick, the bricks fall down to the ground. Now elastic potential energy. Elastic potential energy of a body is the energy that gets stored in it when the body is stretched, compressed, or bent. For example, here you can see a stretched catapult. Okay, here the man is stretched the catapult. He actually stretched the elastic band of the catapult. Now when you stretch the elastic band of catapult, the elastic band gets some elastic potential energy, so that when this man release the band, it can make the stone move with the great speed, and the kinetic energy of the moving stone is obtained from this elastic potential energy stored in the band. Okay, when he stretch out this elastic band, the elastic band gets some elastic potential energy. Due to this potential energy, when you release this band, the stone move with the great speed. That is called elastic potential energy. Now this much for today. In the next session, we'll discuss about the other forms of energy and transformation of energy, and last one is law of conservation of energy. Thank you, students.